I am recording a second video today to just get it out of the way. That's gonna be educational and child-friendly. In my last video, Mouth of a Sailor, like I said, drink like a fish. So basically this is going to be self-diagnosis, like what gives you the right kind of thing. And, do you really have this, she has struggled with, like, am I lying? And it's hard because the way she found out is like, how do you know? Straight up, she had like a nervous breakdown, which that's some tea to spill for a different time. That shit was, oh, pardon. I'm sorry for that. That was crazy. But, if you want to know about it, I mean, the cops were involved and everything. Nervous breakdown, and she, later, afterwards, she had like this straight up, she didn't know if she was, none of us do. We share knowledge. We don't know if we were like awake or asleep. I guess technically she didn't know because we weren't fully present. We've always been there, but it's been more like she thought we were kind of like super realistic imaginary friends. And it's I'm just remembering I forgot in my last video to mention why we were so close in the system. I will, I guess, explain it at the end of the video. It's some juicy stuff, and it's not something she can help, so don't get your pitchforks out and start throwing Bibles. But anyway, I want to make this a short one. So what is the criteria? I will cite my sources beneath. I get all my information from Wikipedia, though. But yeah, I'll cite that. And then one of the most trusty ones, they're always updating it, but the DSM, Diagnostic Statistical Manual, which actual psychologists, psychiatrists use to diagnose. And DSM 4 and 5 are where you're going to find the stuff you're needing for these types of personality disorders, dissociation. So OSDD, other specified dissociative disorder. And also there's unspecified, but we're going to focus on mine because it's better. But it's basically OSDD, not having a dissociative disorder meeting the full criteria of a personality disorder that's already recognized. So you don't meet like the full criteria for DID, which I mentioned. I don't have constant amnesia in, between switching, and it's less penetrative, I guess. But less disruptive. So the criteria starts with, in the DSM-5, starts with chronic and recurrent mixed dissociative symptoms. Okay, what the heck does that mean? Okay, so dissociative symptoms are amnesia. Now, that's not the constant. I can't remember anything before the age of 12, and I'm predisposed to amnesia, like, and when it's talking about amnesia, it's not talking about drug-induced or anything. All of this, to meet the criteria, you need to be sober. And I'll give you an example, like my first seizure when I fell down the stairs. I couldn't remember, like, weeks after that. It doesn't count alcohol, head injury, drugs, stuff like that. You need to have personalities and symptoms while you're lucid, while you're sober, not as a result of any, it can be a result of trauma. That's kind of, what the disorder is about, although there can be the disorder occurring with no trauma. we're going to focus on trauma because therapists have told me that in the past that I probably do have trauma as a result of my amnesia for 12 years. But anyway, so yeah, symptom amnesia. Second one, distorted or unreal perception of like your surroundings, which sounds, it sounded to me like, okay, you're having a bad trip, like what? I was like, that doesn't make any sense to me, that doesn't fit me. But what they mean, at least what I've researched about, the perception being distorted or unreal, when you switch or you're in your, I hate the term original because the host is the one that's out the most, and that is Noir, and he's technically not the original. I think I mentioned Dissociative, the channel. She has a lovely analogy of if you drop a glass bowl and it shatters, which one is the original piece? We're all the same, we're a puzzle, complete, And the unreal perception, when we switch into different personalities, some colors, and it goes along with DP and DR. I'll explain the term. It's depersonalization and derealization, and colors seem brighter, sounds can seem louder. You can walk into a room and kind of it's not amnesia, but not recognize it. Maybe some things seem larger or smaller, kind of like Alice in Wonderland type stuff. But it's not like you're having like an acid trip or anything, which I've never experienced. So, but still, The next one is significant stress in areas of life, like jobs and relationships. Never been able to hold like a healthy relationship, except for in my family, which they're not that healthy to begin with. Not that they're bad people, it's just they're hanging by strings. Because I don't reach out, I don't do anything. She's an extreme introvert. I'm not. Yay. But yeah, jobs, no holding a job for her. She had like a panic attack so bad she ran out and never went to it again. It was like Dunkin' Donuts, and like she can't even order for there or go by there or know anyone from there. Bad anxiety and panic attacks. And we'll mention, anxiety and panic. That's actually one of the last symptoms. The other one is not coping with emotional, professional stress. She doesn't cope with anything, like procrastination to the max. Like, she'll wait for serious stuff until it's almost too late, and she's just lucky because she gets through it. But, and I'm only just touching on these. If you want detail, just ask. The last one, mental health issues, like, the main ones listed are anxiety, depression, and kind of suicidal ideation, which she's had all three. She's diagnosed with major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and she's had suicidal ideation, which, goes along with the nervous breakdown and whatnot. But, and another common one is substance abuse, which, again, I'm going to be real. We've had it in the past. Not exactly her. I said in the last one, I'm partial to risky behavior, which, I'm just going to be educational and truthful. Drugs. I've never had illegal drugs. Pot, which is not such a crazy topic nowadays. But other than that, I wasn't doing cocaine or anything like that. It was just, I had certain prescriptions that would relax me, and like a normal person, maybe not, normal person, I would take it to get to sleep. Maybe I would get a little too relaxed, that kind of thing. It wasn't like blackout party or anything. There were times where I went a bit crazy, but like I said, that's for the tea, that's for the explicit, and we'll share that later. But, Jesus, of course it's 10 minutes. I just keep hitting this mark. I swear I'm not trying to. But before it stretches on too long, I'm just gonna, I might make another video today just to kind of get everything I want out of the way and try to keep it short. Why could I not do this during school? I mean, they're like, you have to give a presentation that lasts 3 minutes, and you're like, oh, sweet Lord, no. But you just talk about whatever you want to, and it's just like 10 minutes has passed. Alright, well, thank you for watching.